Hey, thank you for having me at the booth of
Very
the
welcome here.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's one of the larger booths here, so there's pretty much to see and to explore. Would you like to give me a short overview of what you're presenting
Yeah.
here?
Definitely. So yeah, welcome at this Netherlands pavilion here at the Grüne Woche. We really want to show all that the Dutch agriculture and horticulture has to offer. So there is a lot of participants here at the pavilion from all kinds of the agricultural sector in the Netherlands. So of course there's the nice tulips that everyone knows.
Yeah, tulips, yeah.
But there's also the horticulture right there. So vegetables and fruits. There is the cheese stand over there. There is very nice Dutch craft beer. There is a very nice pavilion over there, which shows regional products from all of the 12 provinces in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And then, of course, from within the ministry, we also try to show what is the agricultural policy like in the Netherlands and how are we really making this transition towards a more sustainable agriculture and horticulture as well, together with all the parties in the sector. So really, we want to have people taste our nice products, but also teach the people that come around here a little bit about what our sector is like and where we are going in this transition towards more sustainability as well.
Yeah, so talking about Netherlands vegetables, they had in the past the stigmata to be like not very flavorful. So that's what we said in Germany.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit mean, especially in your eyes, but it was like, okay, this is coming from a greenhouse and it's harvested too early, so it doesn't get any flavors. Is there any change in that?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we want to show here. All these years that we're here at the Grüne Woche, we really want to show, and not only show, but let people taste how that is no longer the case and has been for many years. The beautiful thing about this controlled environment agriculture is that you can really exactly take care of all the conditions so you can make it the most tasteful while also preserving water, preserving electricity use. So being more sustainable, but not losing the taste. So that's why we have this small greenhouse here as well.
Yeah, we will take a look at this in a minute. We can go over there.
Let's do that. And then you can, I think you can also taste the products there to really show the people here, well, maybe there was some of kind of this image 20, 30 years ago.
Yes, indeed.
But now a lot has changed.
Yeah, okay, that's good. When I look from here, I can see already that there's sweet potato and some kind of pepper that normally is not like really connected to the Netherlands because it's, I would say sweet potato, everyone would say US based.
Yeah.
So how come that the Netherlands is now also building a sustainable way to grow sweet potatoes?
Yeah, well, it's also to show that, especially in this controlled environment agriculture, you can really produce anything you want.
Okay.
And of course, we still produce more tomatoes, for example, than sweet potatoes.
Yeah, sure.
But you can produce pretty much everything there. So it's also to show the wide range of options that it can be used for.
Speaking about a controlled environment that grows like fruits like tomatoes and others that need like warmth and sunlight and so on.
Yeah.
Is this done or compensated by the consumption of electric energy? So are you using lamps and heaters?
Yeah, so it depends on the products, of course, how much energy consumption is needed for a specific product to grow. So it really depends. But of course, one of the main goals, as I said before, is to really minimize the energy and water use while not giving in anything on the taste. So yeah, it depends per product, but that's really one of the big questions behind how to produce these products in the greenhouse.
Yeah, I'm asking this question because I also wanted to know what kind of energy sources are used mainly in the Netherlands, because Germany is trying to go to the renewable, sustainable energy sources, and we are at about 50%, I think, at the moment. But other countries, like France, for example, they go for nuclear power plants. What's about the Netherlands?
Yeah, so there's many talks about that in the Netherlands as well. So how to do this green energy transition. For example, with the greenhouses, traditionally they use a lot of natural gas, which is of course also already much more sustainable than, for example, coals or oil. But now an even larger transition is taking place, not only to wind energy, for example, of which we have increasingly more in the Netherlands, but also more innovative ways like geothermal energy, and also looking for the right English term here, but like residue warmth from, for example, industrial complexes. That is then being used and being transported to the larger greenhouse areas. So it's no longer just a residue waste product, but being put to use for the greenhouse sector.
Okay, but this whole complex allows the Netherlands to grow the requested vegetables and fruits all year long, I guess.
Yes, definitely. That's one of the advantages of the controlled environment in a greenhouse. That of course, you still have the same length of the product that it needs to grow.
Sure.
But you can start in the middle of winter, and it still works. So that's one of the advantages.
So I assume that quite a lot of vegetables are still grown outside, and not all of the greenhouses have taken over the control of all the production. So there is still some seasonal stuff.
Yes, definitely.
And then additionally, the greenhouses support the world, or Europe, let's say, with some out of season fruits and vegetables.
Definitely, it's two things that really complement each other. So there is in the Netherlands, there's a lot of arable land, so to say, for products to grow, but also for cattle to be on it. But also then that is being complemented by the greenhouse areas. So it's really a mix of all the types of agriculture together.
Right. Okay, so let's take a look, because I have already seen some computer controlled things going on there with a lot of flashes and so on, and I'm really curious to see that.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Okay, let's go. All right, then here we are at the small greenhouse on the Netherlands booth, and from the distance we have already seen this flashy thing. And flash.
It's waving.
Yeah. Oh, this is supposed to be waving. I thought it's scanning my face, whether I'm ripe or not. So it's going to jump my face, bite it, and then make me an egg.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's a harvesting robot. And as far as I have learned, it is kind of a testing stadium.
Yes, that's right.
And currently not as fast as a human being that picks the fruit.
Yeah, that's right. So it's still in an innovation phase. So there's still a lot of research that has been being done on this. But yeah, so all the conditions that it takes into account will get improved, and then the speed will get improved. So still in an innovation phase, but it's already working, as you can see.
And even though it's not as fast as a human, it is never exhausted. It will keep day and night, work. So it should be fine. We're just going to demonstrate what it does, and I'll try to comment on it.
Hit the button.
Let's go. So first of all, it's scanning the fruit for color, shape, I assume, and then once it realizes that the fruit is perfect, it picks it, which is not done in the demo, puts it in a basket, and is done. So next fruit is going to be scanned, again, picked or picked not, and then put in the basket. Okay, so I think this kind of machinery is going to do a lot of work in the future, especially in greenhouses where there's controlled environment, where you don't have like thinking about the rain and the electricity and so on. It's all like going this way. What do you think? How long is it going to take before everyone is going to be served by robots?
That is the big question of humanity, isn't it? I don't know how much time it will take. And I think they will never completely replace humans. Probably, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see how fast this innovation phase will be.
But also in a medium distance, it would be smarter to become a developer and programmer rather than a fruit picker.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, we'll see.
I assume also that there's always going to be stuff that humans can do better than machines.
And the machines still need to be looked after as well.
Okay, yeah,
and probably not by other machines. So
engineers, programmers, and so on. So we have been kind of spreading the rumor over there that the fruit and vegetables from the Netherlands, normally grown in a greenhouse 20, 30 years ago, were not as tasty because there was a lot of water in it to make them big and grow fast and so on, but not a lot of taste.
Yeah.
Because somebody told me that the taste comes from the sugar. Sugar needs a lot of energy to be produced, so that is why they weren't as tasty as people wanted them. Like a sun-ripe tomato from Italy or Spain or something, the Netherlands tomatoes were a little less.
Of course, it differs on the race and it differs on all kinds of conditions. So if you go for a lot of volume, there is most of the time there's less taste. So that's also something that the Netherlands is very good at, like the picking of the seeds and the growing and the selection. This rumor was there a long time ago, but we are also here trying to show and let people taste that is no longer the case. So you can grow very sustainably in all year round, but never giving in anything on the taste.
Okay, so we're going to taste something because at the moment the staff members are eating all the delicious vegetables.
They should say something for us.
You can't see that, but you're going to taste it. But
can we taste the?
And I saw only later that I ruined your video.
Oh no! That's great. That's great.
This is pepper bells, cucumber, and tomato.
Yes.
So
I'll have one too.
All right. It's always strange to eat in front of the camera and then start to talk again, but I'm trying to give it a taste and then try to, let's say, express review. Yeah, exactly. Well, and this definitely has the taste it has to have for pepper bell. So whether you like it or not, it's tasting like a pepper bell, not like water. Cucumber was always like the main issue, right? So let's see.
Don't mix up the tastes.
Also, in the meantime, we can maybe take a little look over there. Where there's is it in camera? I think so. Well, or you can at least see all the tomatoes here. And they're grown on stone wool. So this is not like soil where you need a lot of space. It's really compact and coming all from this one pot and the one over there, of course. But these roots or branches can grow up to 15 meters, something like this. And how much tomato do you get out of one of these plants?
It depends very much on what race is being used. So it can be a large plant with fewer fruits that have a lot more sugars, as we discussed, and a lot more taste, or it can be a smaller plant with many fruits. So it really differs on the race that is being used.
But I'm going to take another bite. That's good.
It's not just water.
No. Yeah, you know, some people use like cucumber to flavor their water and something like that, or on their...
You can do anything with it.
But yeah, that tastes like a cucumber. And I've seen that, and I thought like this is a sample where you can pick some seeds for tomatoes, but actually this is $1 million glass or even more, because each of these tiny little seeds here is worth approximately €4, and there are thousands and thousands of them, if not millions. So this is really a glass full of money, except this one is already dead.
These ones are a bit too old, so you can try to plant them in your own garden, but nothing will grow out of them. But if these are alive seeds, fresh, then you could run off with this glass and be rich.
Yeah, I would still have to find somebody to sell it to. And also, what I heard, it's more like the US market, and that some seeds and some genetics are kind of patented. So you are not allowed to grow your own ones or copy them. So if you're breaking the copyright rules, you might be in trouble. Is that the case for tomatoes from Netherlands as well?
Also that, I don't know exactly, but it also depends on specific races, because also in the breeding sector, there's a lot of regulations that require that anyone can use seeds to really further develop new races.
Okay.
So I don't know what is how it exactly is the case with these seeds, but it also really depends. Just the thing is that if you just pick one of these tomatoes or a tomato from the supermarket and plant it yourself, then no success is guaranteed that they will end up the same.
This good, you mean?
This good, yeah.
Yeah, it's really testing.
Because you always need a male and a female line of seeds to really get the consistency. So if you buy a small red tomato, it will not be an enormous yellow tomato, but there will be some differences. So the real consistency is with the breeders and with the horticulture.
This is a little bit about genetics. These all are hybrid plants, so made from two different strains. And if you know these two strains exactly, you will get the perfect result. But this result is again mixed. So from there on, you can get any kind of tomato, almost any kind. As he said, it's not going to be varying a lot, but still, maybe you get like less taste, other size, other color, and so on, because you have now a mix again. This strain is really clean, this strain is really clean, and in the end you have a mix from where you can go like almost any direction. And that's the challenge, to keep a consistency in the seeds. And that's why they're so worthy.
Yeah, definitely.
No, worthy?
Yeah, valuable.
Valuable, yeah, that's it. They're not supposed to lift the hammer.
No.
No, all right. Even though they look pretty hulkish green. So, what else comes from the Netherlands that you would say is now really top notch? Something you would point out? Because we had cucumbers, pepper belts, and tomatoes, and everyone knows that. But I see also Brussels sprouts, I see salads, and so on. What do you think people should have in mind?
Well, everything, of course. Well, it's a very broad selection.
Okay, it's not going to be papayas, right? Be honest.
Well, no, that's true.
Bananas,
so,
papayas.
It's so the main thing is a few of them you already tasted. So peppers, paprika, cucumber, tomatoes, but then also some vegetables that are more grown not within greenhouses but on the land. Such as the sprouts or others, and of course fruits. So apples and cherries and pears. That's a large production as well.
Okay, just for those who have always seen Brussels sprouts only in nets, like green nets. That's how we buy them. This is how they grow, and I was like, that looks really strange. Very unlikely to see them like this. So something interesting for you. This is how they grow, and they still taste awful.
Yeah, that won't change.
No,
if you don't like them, you don't like them.
I have once eaten Brussels sprouts in a way that I really enjoyed, but I totally understand that others like the taste.
That's like within a large pile of cranberry sauce, probably.
No. It was a puree.
Okay,
And that was really nice. So, yeah, thank you for your time and showing me around.
Thank you so much for being
It
here.
was, yeah, interesting. And I hope that people understand that the future maybe of growing vegetables is going to be under very controlled conditions, so you don't have any issues with weather or, I don't know, pests. Is it called pests?
Yeah,
Insects and so on. So this is something really interesting.
So all kinds of growing have different advantages, of course. So it probably also in the future it will be always a combination with growing in the open air, growing in greenhouses, but really developing this technology further will allow us to really pick what kind of conditions are being needed. So yeah, we'll take a look at what the future brings.
If you're talking about consistency and sustainability and so on, greenhouses, of course, use more energy. And can you tell me about what kind of energy is used in the Netherlands normally to produce electricity and then to be used in greenhouses?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, because in greenhouses, they do require quite some energy, quite a higher consumption than maybe just growing in the open air.
Sure.
But so we're really trying to make use of the most sustainable ways of energy that are there. So traditionally, over the past decades, they really used a lot of natural gas, which is of course already much more sustainable than coals or oil or whatever. But there is also a large increase of, for example, green energy such as wind energy or solar energy. A lot of wind parks at the North Sea in front of our coast.
Yeah.
And then also quite more innovative ways of getting the energy in there. For example, geothermal energy from the floor, in the ground, or rest or waste or residue energy heat from, for example, industrial complexes.
So somebody is producing, I don't know, whatever it is, a lot of heat, and this is then going to be piped.
Normally it goes just into the air and it's wasted, and now it's really, indeed, just as you said, it's getting transported to greenhouse facilities to be used there. So that's really no extra
energy. It's just not wasting it anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I hope to see more of this technology in the future to make our lifestyle more sustainable. And yeah, that's a good step towards this direction. And
that's what we're aiming for. That's why we say farming the future here in the Netherlands, really going towards the sustainable transition of agriculture, horticulture, to have tasteful products, but also save the earth a little.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much for taking care of our future.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.